Welcome, everyone, to the Family Connection podcast. Today, we're tackling a topic that honestly keeps a lot of parents up at night. What do you do when your child starts to pull away? It's a universal experience, isn't it? One day, they're your shadow, sharing every thought, and the next, it feels like you're talking to a brick wall. It's tough, and it can leave you feeling lost and even rejected.
Absolutely, Eleanor. It's a moment of significant vulnerability for parents. You question everything you've done, wondering if you've missed a sign or if you've somehow pushed them away. But it's crucial to remember that this pulling away is often a normal, albeit sometimes painful, part of their development. It's a phase many children go through, for various reasons, as they grow and try to assert their independence.
You know, Layla, that really resonates with me. My oldest, Maya, she's 14 now. And for a while there, it felt like I needed an appointment just to get her to look at me, let alone talk to me. She used to tell me everything. Now, it's mostly one-word answers or a shrug. It's a stark contrast, and I definitely felt that rejection you mentioned, Eleanor.
I hear you, Nivan. My son Ethan is 11, and he's just starting to get into that phase. It's less of a brick wall and more of a force field sometimes. He'll be engrossed in his video games or talking with his friends online, and trying to break through that barrier feels impossible without sounding like I'm nagging or interfering. It's a delicate balance.
It truly is, Caleb. And the age makes a big difference in how it manifests. For younger children, say toddlers or preschoolers, pulling away might look like more tantrums, refusing cuddles, or wanting to do everything by myself. It's about asserting nascent independence. As they get older, especially into the preteen and teen years, it becomes more about privacy, peer influence, and establishing their own identity separate from their family.
Exactly. With teenagers, we're seeing huge hormonal shifts, rapid brain development, and an intense focus on social connections outside the family. Their world is expanding, and their brains are literally rewiring. So while it feels personal, it's often more about their developmental needs to individuate and explore who they are becoming, independent of their parents. They're seeking autonomy, and sometimes that looks like pushing you away to create that space.
That makes sense intellectually, but emotionally, it's still tough. I remember one evening, I walked into Maya's room just to say goodnight, and she literally pulled her headphones off, gave me this exasperated look and said, "Dad, I'm busy." It stung, you know? It's hard not to take that personally when you're just trying to connect.
Oh, the "I'm busy" or "what do you want" phrases are practically anthems in my house. It's like, suddenly I'm an interruption instead of a welcome presence. And the eye rolls. The eye rolls are legendary. How do you even begin to approach that without just getting into an argument or making them retreat even further?
That's the million-dollar question, Caleb. And the key often lies in empathy and perspective-taking. When you get that "I'm busy" or the eye roll, try to pause and remember that it's likely not about you. It's about their developmental stage, their burgeoning sense of self, and sometimes, frankly, their own internal chaos. The first step to reconnecting is often to not react defensively.
Precisely. Instead of, "Excuse me, young lady, is that how you talk to your father?" Try a softer approach. Something like, "Hey, I can see you're really focused right now. Just wanted to say goodnight. If you need anything, I'm around." And then, crucially, give them space. Sometimes the best way to invite them back in is to demonstrate that you respect their need for boundaries and autonomy.
That's a good point. I think I often get caught up in trying to force the conversation, feeling like if I don't get them to talk now, I'll miss my window. But maybe that pressure is part of what makes them shut down.
I've definitely done that. Like, "Ethan, put down the controller. We need to talk about your day," which of course instantly makes him clam up. It's like a direct challenge rather than an invitation.
Exactly. The shift in mindset is powerful. Instead of demanding communication, we want to create an environment where communication feels safe and natural. One vital strategy is to engage in parallel play or parallel presence. This means doing activities together where you're not directly facing each other or demanding eye contact, but you're sharing the same space.
Yes, I often recommend this. For instance, if your child likes video games, maybe you sit on the couch and read a book in the same room. Or if they're drawing, you can be sketching something yourself nearby. Sometimes, when the pressure is off and you're just coexisting, they'll spontaneously open up about something. It's amazing how often deep conversations happen in the car, or while walking the dog or cooking together, activities where you're side by side rather than face to face.
That's brilliant. I've noticed that with Maya. If we're driving somewhere and she's not looking at me, she's much more likely to share something. The car seems to be a confessional for teenagers, doesn't it?
Definitely. Or when we're just tossing a ball around in the backyard. It's like the physical activity loosens something up. It's less about grilling them for information and more about just being present with them, isn't it?
Precisely. And active listening is huge here. When they do open up, even if it's just a sliver of information, drop everything and really listen. Not to respond, not to advise, but to understand. Reflect back what you hear. It sounds like you're feeling really frustrated about that test, or I can tell that situation with your friend really bothered you. This validates their feelings and makes them feel heard, which is incredibly powerful for rebuilding trust and connection.
And try to avoid the fix-it reflex. As parents, our instinct is to solve their problems, especially when they're hurting. But often, what they need most is just to be seen and understood. Ask open-ended questions like, "How did that make you feel?" or "What do you think you want to do about that?" rather than immediately jumping in with solutions. This empowers them and shows you trust their judgment, even if they're struggling.
I'm so guilty of the fix-it reflex. Maya will tell me about a problem at school, and my mind immediately starts churning out solutions. I guess I'm trying to protect her, but maybe I'm also shutting down her opportunity to process and figure things out for herself.
Yeah, I think we all are. It's hard to just sit back and listen when you want to make everything better for them. But I can see how that could be perceived as dismissive of their feelings, even if that's not our intention.
Another crucial aspect is creating regular, dedicated one-on-one time. Even 15 minutes a day, truly focused on them, with no phones, no distractions. Let them choose the activity. It could be reading together, playing a board game, or just sitting and chatting. Consistency builds anticipation and shows them they are a priority.
And these small, consistent efforts compound over time. It's not about one grand gesture, it's about the daily micro-connections. A quick note in their lunchbox, a favorite snack left on their desk, a genuine compliment about something they did well. These subtle acts of love and recognition can chip away at the walls they've built. It reminds them you're there, you see them, and you care, without demanding anything in return.
That's a good reminder. I tend to think of connecting as these big, heavy conversations, but Maya actually responds really well to those small things. Like, I made her favorite cookies last week, and she just hugged me really tight and said, "Thanks, Dad." No big words, but it felt like a breakthrough.
It's those little moments, isn't it? Ethan, he loves it when I just randomly ask him about a game he's playing, even if I don't understand it, or when I bring home a specific kind of bubble tea he likes. It's not about the bubble tea itself, but the thought that I remembered and took the time. It shows I'm still thinking of him and interested in his world.
Absolutely. It's about demonstrating interest in their world, on their terms. And sometimes, pulling away isn't just about typical development. It can be a sign of deeper issues. If the withdrawal is sudden, severe, accompanied by significant changes in mood, sleep, appetite, or school performance, it's important to take it seriously. Those are red flags that might warrant professional support.
Yes, very true, Eleanor. As parents, we are often the first line of defense. Trust your gut. If you feel something is off, or if their behaviors seem out of character and persist for an extended period, don't hesitate to reach out to a pediatrician, a school counselor, or a therapist. Early intervention can make a world of difference. It's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of excellent parenting.
That's a really important distinction. It's easy to just write it off as teenager stuff, but there's a line, and we need to be vigilant about recognizing it.
And it also means we have to model healthy communication and vulnerability ourselves. If we want our kids to open up, we need to show them that it's okay to talk about tough stuff, even for adults. Share a small struggle you had at work or a feeling you experienced and how you handled it. It shows them that being human means having feelings and challenges, and that sharing them makes us stronger, not weaker.
Caleb, that's a brilliant point. Modeling emotional intelligence and vulnerability is perhaps one of the most powerful tools we have. If they see us process emotions in a healthy way, they'll learn that it's safe to do so themselves. And if we make mistakes, acknowledge them, apologize if necessary, and show how we learn from them. It builds a foundation of trust and psychological safety.
Absolutely. And remember, reconnection is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be days when you feel like you've made progress, and days when it feels like you're back to square one. Patience, persistence, and unconditional love are your greatest allies. Keep showing up, keep offering opportunities for connection, and keep your heart open.
It's comforting to know that it's normal, and there are actually things we can actively do. I think just having this conversation has given me a lot to think about and some practical steps to try with Maya. I'm going to start with more parallel presence and those small, consistent gestures.
Me too. I'm going to try being less of a fixer and more of a listener with Ethan. And maybe ask him to teach me how to play one of those games he's always on. That might actually be fun and a way to enter his world, you know?
Those sound like wonderful starting points, Nivan and Caleb. And that's exactly what this is about. Finding your way, unique to your child and your family, to keep those lines of communication open, even when they seem to be closing. Remember, your relationship with your child is dynamic and ever-evolving. Embrace the changes and keep striving to connect. Thank you all for joining me today. It's been a truly insightful discussion.
Thank you, Eleanor. And to all the parents out there, remember, you're doing a great job. This journey of parenting is filled with beautiful highs and challenging lows, but the effort you put into maintaining that connection is truly invaluable.
Yeah, thanks everyone. This was really helpful.
Thanks, guys. Great chat. Feeling a bit more hopeful now.